right? And they want to be right with themselves, so so they can then fill their cup and share that with others. It really just opened my mind and my world up in a way that's like, it's so much more fulfilling now. This is a whole nother way of creating a business model that's aligned, that's exciting, and that also is generates more revenue than just if you're doing the one-on-one or you're trading time for money. And I feel like what I learned from you is feeling connected to so much more, like understanding intuition, understanding, there's a lot of spirituality to what we do. And I looked around and saw, okay, all these successful people, and I thought, they spend a lot of time and money on their own personal development, right? And they want to be right with themselves, so, so they can then fill their cup and share that with others. And so the more I just sort of like let go and trusted and all the stuff that we do, and I mean, like
so many
things that we do. And like, I had never meditated before. I had never done anything like this before. And the more I stepped into it, the more like clear I became, the more focused I became, the more powerful I became. And then the more I was able to then, with authenticity and alignment, help others do the same. And I had no idea this was even in me. I had no idea this was like part of anything, because I had never really gravitated or anything like that before. And it really just opened my mind and my world up in a way that's like, it's so much more fulfilling now. And yeah, I don't know how else to say that.
Wow. Oh, thank you. That really gave me the warm and fuzzies, and I really felt connected as you were sharing that. And I feel so grateful that you shared that with me and with everyone who's watching.
Can I share a little story?
Yeah.
I want to share a little story. I did a workshop a couple of months ago, and it was people who did fundraising in food banks all over Missouri, where I'm from. And I did this full day thing. And I wanted to start the day with like this little meditation with them, just like really like centering themselves and focusing on the people they serve and feeling that energy come back. And I was thinking, I don't know, do I do this? Well, I don't know, are they going to think I'm weird? You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted to start this way, which I don't know, it feels like sometimes crazy to me, and then sometimes like, of course I would start that way, right?
Right, me
and
too.
I walked in and said, what do you really want to do? What do you really want to have happen? I said, I want to start this way. And I did, and we had the most amazing day, but it was like coming in there and claiming that, and claiming that space, and just claiming that feeling of like, and whether they connected to it or not was not on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a lot of what we do, just like releasing that, just being authentic. Like, what do you really want to have happen? What would serve them the best?
Yeah.
Starting this way, like tapping them into that service and that energy. And and it was like this amazing day. And, we felt so connected and we got so much done. And so I was really proud that I did that. But those are the kind of things that I've learned. Just stand in your truth.
That's right.
Because if you embrace it, they will too.
They will too. And it's really the energy from which you stand there and say, we're going to do a meditation, right? Like, this is how we're going to start, because I'm leading this, and y'all are going to listen, right? Like,
you could be like, so we're going to do this meditation. It may
I hope
feel
you'll
a little
like
weird.
it.
Like, okay, here's what we're going to do. Like, okay.
And people will follow.
They were into it. And it was me kind of releasing the outcome and just starting and being true to what I wanted. And that, like, I can see, like, I just don't know other people who start workshops with like meditations. Everyone should. And it would be awesome. But you know what I mean? Just like, because that's what I knew would set us up for a really great experience and shift the energy. And it did.
Thank you. Maryanne, if you had any advice for someone here that is considering, they want to build, they want to grow their coaching business, their consulting business, maybe they're thinking about coming to my 3-day retreat. You've probably done almost as many as the person who's done the most besides me. You've done a lot of business breakthrough retreats with me. You lead them, you help me lead them, you're a facilitator there. What advice do you have for someone that's considering coming into that space or working with me?
I think it's really, I mean, it's so aptly named Breakthrough. And what I would say is if you are struggling, I didn't really have a business when I started. And a lot of people who come to this have a business, they're just not happy with it or they're ready for the next level. And if that speaks to you, I feel like, having this experience it's like being launched. I don't know. I can't explain it any other way, because not only do you have the wisdom of Michelle, but you have wisdom of people like me who've been in the program, and then also all the other participants. And we create a space where you're allowed to dream big, where you're allowed to play with possibility, where you're allowed to sort stuff out and also do it in a way that is aligned and is going to serve you. And in a way that if you have a business that's based a lot on trading time for money, and that's getting kind of old, this is a whole nother way of creating a business model that's aligned, that's exciting, and that also generates more revenue than just if you're doing the one-on-one or you're trading time for money.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Maryanne. Working with you has been one of the greatest joys and pleasures that I have in my business. And I can only say that I hope that the universe sends me more clients like you, because it's so much fun working with you. I love the work we do together, and I value who you are, what you're doing in the world, and what you bring to my life as well. Thank you.
And having that narrowing down the focus and then filling in the footprint that I had created, doing this higher level broad-based marketing. And so taking all my creative energy that I was creating all these different offerings and putting them into the marketing.